Tapped in, tuned in, turned all the way on. This ain't just a vibe, it's a freak scene bomb. Ms.Blue in the building, oracle flow, cracking codes of the cosmos, now you already know. Yeah. Ride the wave, feel the light, it's frequency love tonight. Ms.Blue gon' take you higher, burning truth with sacred fire. This is soul talk, rebirth from the womb. Say it with me, I can alter my course at any time. Yeah. Tap in, turn on. Yo, your higher self already logged in.
Oh my goodness. Peace and greetings. Hi, welcome on in. Welcome on in, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here. I know it's a little late. It's not my normal time, but I actually have been receiving these downloads for the last couple of days, and I really was going to wait. I was going to wait. But then after I just kind of laid everything down, I realized the urgency of this message. So I came on right now and just to bring this to the soul family. So greetings. Hi, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Welcome on in. Good to see you. Sheena, Tashia, good to see you. Chocolate Thunder from Down Under. Love that name. Please tell me where you're checking in from. Mega Miss Little, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, I was actually about to turn down for bed. And I said, I need to come live. I need to come live. I need to come on live. Southern Sweet Soul, welcome on in. Soul Sun Moon 13, good to see you. Shine Bright Crystal, welcome on in. Big Logan, good to see you. So, where do we start? First of all, how are you all doing? How are you all feeling? Are you feeling this energy? First of all, happy September, because this is the second day of September. So happy September. Shouts out to all the Virgos in the house. Welcome on in, Justin. Good to see you. Tremel checking in. Good to see you. Danita, hi, 180, checking in. Dinner with Jesus. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. And good to see you checking in. Princess Fula, good to see you. Welcome on in. Listen, you guys. Yeah. How are you feeling? I have my notebook, and whenever you guys see me, and I got my notebook here, I got one of these with me, it's getting ready to go down. It is. It's getting ready to go down. We got a lot of things to talk about. Brittany Vibes in the building. Good to see you. Tracy Carter. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Yes, you guys can feel the energy in the air. And see, that's another reason why I decided I was going to go ahead and come on. Because I know we are doing this work, and I know you all are feeling it. But I could not. I'm telling you, in my spirit, I could not go another minute without coming on and giving you this message. So we're going to dive into it. And I just want to welcome everybody on in. So I want to talk about this, and I want to give you this. 999, because this is the energy that we're in. And it really kicked itself off when we got to the first. And so if you've been feeling that sort of change, if you've been feeling that, and I'm going to talk about that here, I want you to understand that this 999 code, because it is a 999 code, This is not about waiting for life to begin, but it's about ending what was never alive. And I want you to hold that sentiment kind of close to you. Because right now, what is being rewarded, or what is not being rewarded, I should say, is what you cling to. It clears what you have outgrown. So right now we're having sort of this transformative thing that's happening with us, and there is a clearing out of things that no longer belong to us, no longer is connected with us. You understand? You understand? So this is about ending what was truly never alive. Never alive, right? Because the reward for doing your work and being present, and we're going to talk about sacrifices, because you have to make sacrifices when you have chosen your spiritual path and your journey in this life. And what gets rewarded by source, right? However you choose to look at that, your higher self, the most high, God, the universe. The universe does not reward what you cling to. It clears what you have outgrown. So I want you to know that these days that we're in right now, these are some sacred days. And so I didn't come on here to recycle affirmations. Not that they cannot be powerful. I use more of activations than affirmations, but you get the point of what I'm saying. I came here to deliver revelation to you, a real revelation. Because when you have a revelation, that means you have truly come face to face with God. You've come face to face with yourself. And this portal is the law of endings. And when you honor it, what happens the moment, the second you honor it, you step into your freedom, not via illusion, but real freedom. But I want to kind of give you a deeper understanding, more of a occult understanding of the number 9. Now we know the number 9 in its frequency and its essence has a lot to do with endings. When we think about numerology and we look at the number 0 all the way to the number 9, it is the ending of this single digit number, and it's when things begin to multiply itself. But I want to have you add this to your understanding of the number 9. The number 9, that is the first sacrifice. That's the first sacrifice. 9 is not a lesson. 9 is a sacrifice. It is what we lay down so consciousness can rise. And a lot of times when we're doing this work, I have often expressed to you guys that I've made a lot of sacrifices over the years and still am making sacrifices. Now, it's a deeper understanding of this story, but it's so important that you grasp this right now, because it will elevate your understanding of yourself, and it will elevate your understanding of you moving forward. Because the number 9, that's the first sacrifice. It is what we lay down so our consciousness can rise. And I want you to think about that. I want you to kind of flirt with that thought as we're here in this live space right now. What is it right now that you're willing to lay down so your consciousness can rise. Because every ending is asking for an offering. There is a asking of an offering. Your old self is an illusion, your illusions, your attachments. This is what this portal is asking of us. So 9, that vibration, surrender. Take the time to think about what it is in your life right now and surrender what is heavy so you can become who is ready. Because if you're not willing to surrender that which is heavy, it's going to be difficult, almost impossible. So you can become the version of you who is ready. I love it when the lights go out. Such a telltale sign. But I want you to understand that this sacrifice, this one, the ones that we're coming up upon, is the ones that opens the door wide. It opens the door wide to your multisensory being. And I want you to write this down. I want you to write this down. So that's the first 9. I want to give you the double 9, the 9-9, and let us talk about that and get that understanding of what the double 9 is. Okay? I could get up and mess with the lights, but I'm just going to let the divine have its way. Because the 9-9 symbolizes a double offering. So 9 is the first sacrifice. 9-9 is a double offering. So when 9 doubles into 99, the sacrifice becomes the reflection. And I want you to make a note of that as we move through this energy in this month of September. And I could see that so clear as we are going through these portals, and we will be going through these portals and looking at this information in the Akashic records. And I was getting all of these downloads. I absolutely love this real-time magic. So when 9 doubles itself into 99, the sacrifice becomes reflection. The karmic mirror shows you the cost of what you have been carrying. That karmic mirror shows you the cost of what you have carried. And so there is a simple spiritual ask, and it asks, what agreements have you made with struggle? And I want you to think about that. What agreements have you've made these agreements, but you've made them with struggle. What agreements have you made with fear? Think about the agreements that was made with fear. These are some powerful reflections to have at this time of the double 9. What sacrifices have already carved you open that you have already made? And the 99 teaches that expansion always costs something. And I want you to really start to put this in the front. The number 99, when you see that, and I want you to think about this. When you go to the grocery store, and a lot that is taught in the sales environment is to end something in 99. And knowing what you know right now, that when you see that 99, the 99 teaches that expansion always costs you something. Because you cannot walk through the mirror holding every old thing. So there is an exchange here. There is a cost here. And to be multi-sensory, you must release the weight of what cannot vibrate at that level. And there are some things that cannot vibrate at that level. And so now we're going to get to the 999. And that is why we're here. And I want to say welcome to everyone coming on in. That 999. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Now, let's talk about 999, because 999, this is the sacred seal. So when triple nines enter into the field, the sacrifice becomes consecrated. This is not about contracts. Those have since long dissolved. Contracts have been over. Since 2012, we have been sovereign beings. We have been free agents. What remains are agreements. Agreements with yourself, agreements with others, with old versions of who you thought you were. This is what has remained since 2012. Mm-hmm. So now, if you are resonating with this download message that I receive, I want you to comment, I clear the field. I want you to comment, I clear the field. If this resonates with you. So now, whenever you see that 999, it says this is the frequency of the 999. Do not renew expired agreements. Do not sacrifice your sovereignty to maintain a dead story. It sends a frequency of honor the sacrifices that you have already made. Honor the sacrifices that you have made. The heartbreaks, the endings, the choices that have stretched you. They were not punishment. They were initiations. They carved space for your more multi-sensory gifts to awaken. And I see so many of you who wrote, I clear the field. This is a powerful thing that we have going on at this particular time. So powerful. I want to give you some dates here because we're going to get into this so that you can have a total understanding of this 999, because 999 is the mother, it is the womb, and it's also the grave. The divine feminine clears and empties, and the masculine bows and guards and protects the clearing. And together they remain us. Together They remain with us and they remind us that every ending is a sacrifice that births a new beginning. I want you to understand this powerful energy that we are coming into. I'm going to give you the revelation here, but I want to give you these dates here so that you can have these dates to carry with you. And we're going to talk about this opening here. So first of all, I want you to understand that the portal starts to open on September the 7th. And it will be open from September the 7th through the 21st of 2025. We are walking between the corridors of this, where everything you release is sealed as complete, signed, sealed, and delivered as complete. Now we're going to hit that peak. The peak of this portal is going to be on 9/9. So September is a 9-month. And then we have the 9th date, and we're in a universal year of 9. But we're going to hit the peak on September the 9th. Another peak day is September the 18th. And the other peak date is September 9/27. So here are your dates. 9/9, 9/18, and 9/27. And this frequency will continue to multiply itself over the course of the next 9 years. Over the next 9 years. So you need to know that. So here is the revelation. 9 is the first sacrifice. 99 is double offering, and 999 is the sacrifice of the double offering, and 999 is the sacred seal. So what you release now is not wasted. It is the cost of your expansion. And when I had that revelation and Spirit gave that to me, it just opened up so much more. And I knew I had to come on and share it in this light, even though we've talked about it in many different ways over the years and you yourself have understand. I want to give you a current upgrade of this understanding. When you release, this is a sacrifice. When you are letting go, when you're stopping that habit, that action, those thoughts that are unserving, it's not wasted. It's not wasted. It is the cost of your expansion because there is a required sacrifice on this spiritual journey. It is the price of sovereignty. It is the gift of becoming fully multisensory on this planet. There is sacrifices that must be made. Now, when we are studying history and we look at the sacrifices our ancestors have made and what we've been told about them making these spiritual sacrifices, I'm not here to debate whether or not those things were metaphorically or if they were actual things that were happening. But what I am telling you here is that there is a sacrifice that is required if you want to become more multisensory. You have to look within the folds of your life, of your day-to-day action and the things that are not serving, that you keep saying to yourself you're not going to do anymore, and you do. The promises you keep breaking to yourself, that you keep promising that you're not going to break to yourself no more. The bad habits that we constantly keep falling back on and we keep doing again. It is costing you your sovereignty. It is costing you becoming more multisensory. If you want to understand why maybe your dreams are not clear, or maybe you can't hear your intuition, or why don't you have this level of being able to communicate with your ancestors or use your special spiritual gifts, I want you to begin, because this is the window where you can make a lasting life change. You can make a sacrifice on those things that are not serving you. Okay. I want to talk about some of the collective predictions and prophecies that have come through. We are stepping in this time, and this eclipse that we're going to be experiencing has a lot to do with Pisces energy, which is in the waters. And so there will be emotional flooding that will hit the planet, as well as, and I've talked about this in my prediction show, I'm going to give you some key points that I want you to pay attention to. And particularly as we go into September and October, because we're going to see more of this. I talked about in my 2024 for 2025 prediction that we would see a lot of masculine figures leave this planet. And we have seen that. We have seen that. And ashe to that. But we will see more. As particularly leaders, there will be sort of a changing of the guards in the masculine arena, but we're going to talk about that in a moment. But I want you to highlight these key places: Alabama, the Netherlands, Belgium, Barcelona, Paris, Houston, as in Houston, Texas, New York, New Jersey, Panama, Ireland, Virginia, Dubai, and Colorado. These are going to be some key places where lots of powerful activations are taking place on the planet during these next couple of months. A strong emotional flooding. And so this strong emotional flooding can come as a result of many different things. Mm-hmm. 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 As a result of many different things. Memories will be resurfacing. So, we were having a talk, and forgive me, I can't remember if it was the Futuristic Activation Group or if it was the Galactic E-Files, the Mystic Decoder live transmission. But one of the things I've been telling people, if you've been having very disturbing dreams, I'm talking about very twisted, disturbing dreams, or dreams that do not make any sense, like really, really twisted to the left, to the right, to the upside down dreams. These are memories resurfacing, number one. These are purges that is happening, okay? Tears, regrets. So you may have reflections or push thoughts that come up and say, I really, really regret that I did not do X, Y, and Z. I feel so bad, like I should have never moved here, or I should have never met this person, or I should have never did this. I want you to understand that when these things are coming up, I want you to remember that there is a sacrifice that is required for you to expand your consciousness. And I want you, while we're in this field, these are things for you to release. These are things for you to let go of. These are things for you to release. Let it go, because that is your offering so that you can expand and become more multisensory. But you have to be able to let it go, to really release it. And I will talk about some rituals that you can do so that you can release and let it go. It's going to be so important that you do that. Tears, regrets, memories, this emotional flooding, and there will be physical flooding. There will be earthquakes. We are still in a fire water year. So there's going to be places where there's going to be a really big talk going from now into 2026 and beyond about water. Not enough water in certain places, too much water in other places, needing water for things to move forward. Lots of things happening when it comes to transportation by the sea and by the waters. Lots of things happening in the water. And ashe to our brother Malcolm Jamal Warner, who really sort of that portal sort of kind of opened up and really made a focus within the waters, within the seas. And we will see more of this. So really have honor and reverence and also awareness when in water. When in water. Make sure you understand that, because the waters are very emotional right now. It is holding our emotion. The waters that are on the planet right now are the same waters that existed since the beginning of time. The very first beings on the planet came from the waters. This is why all of our mythical stories talks about that portal of the waters of noon coming out of ancient Egypt, out of Kemet. Babies coming out of the womb of the mothers through the waters. But there is cleansing, there is healing, and there is sacrifices, and there is so much knowledge that is being held in the water. The other thing that will be happening, and we will see these peaks and these hikes during the month of September, has to do with psychic peaks, okay? Dreams so vivid that you are tasting, you are smelling, you are touching. You can touch material. You can smell the aroma of food in your dreams. You'll have remembrance of the temperature of the water, of the land that you're walking on, and the smells that you are there. Just dreams so vivid in colors and vibration and frequencies that you cannot forget. As well as telepathic abilities will become very, very sharp, like very sharp. Your visions will be undeniable. You will know exactly what you are seeing. That vision is going to be so clear to you. What I want you to do is I want you to write them down. And the reason I want you to write them down, because you will need to anchor them. If you don't, they will vanish like the Men in Black. You remember in the Men in Black when they come and you see the flash? Well, the flash is really your pineal gland closing back down when your conscious mind becomes present again. And that causes a flash. If you've ever been in the middle of a dream and been startled to wake up, there's a flash of light. Many people, when they get in a car accident or something happens, they could be in surgery or have some sort of illness and they go to the other side, they speak about this flash. The flash is the pineal gland and the third eye that is projecting and opening up things, and then it's closing itself back down for you to come back into your body. And so what you want to do is, when you're having these push thoughts, when these dreams are so vivid, when the telepathic abilities come through and they're so sharp, When that vision is undeniable, you're going to want to record or you're going to want to write it down, because if you will not, in approximately 36 seconds, it will vanish from your mind and you will not be able to hold it. You will not be able to catch it again. And there are some powerful things that is coming in at this time for all of you. And of course, why not? Because we are moving into something very powerful. We are going through this 999 gate ending. Lots of dreams about flooding. Yes, I talked about that because we are having an emotional purge that is happening. There's not a bad flood coming. There's already a bad flood that is here, but there will be more. Think about the flood that happened in Texas. These are some of the things that I put in my prediction show. And so what you're riding is this wave of that it is still coming, because this year of 2025, it is a year of fire and a year of water. These are the two elements that's going to be dominant. So please do not take your visions, do not take your dreams, write them down, not as in fear, but as in understanding what is happening. Right now, there is floods going on. There is earthquakes going on. And ashe to all of those who have lost their lives in this earthquake that just took place, where so many people have been displaced, as well as the flooding that is going on. That's right. And also, I forgot, I have another place that's coming up, and it is Louisiana, and it's right there in the New Orleans region that where Hurricane Katrina happened. And I seen these clouds, but they were not normal clouds. These clouds are not clouds I've ever seen. And I really, really hope that I am wrong. Okay? Because one of the things that I want us all to understand is that predictions are not about things that are set in stone. It is about the strongest path that is there. And all of our consciousness plays a role in that, because the elements live inside of us. And so all of this flooding is all of our emotions that we have been holding on, and we are releasing in a volatile way. Or these emotions are coming out in a way that it has not been transmuted. So that's why those who are conscious on the planet, we are the ones holding space for thousands of people that is around us to sort of kind of monitor and mitigate some of these waves that are coming in that are so heavy to the world. Not that we're responsible for others, but our consciousness holds that container and that space to help this energy be transmuted before it just goes out into the world. And this is the importance of doing your work. So nothing is written in stone. And it is important that we anchor ourselves first, because if you're not doing your work, then you're sending more of this out into the world. It's time for you to just begin to make sure that you are continuously doing your work. But I did see that. I did see that. And so one of the things that I have been visualizing doing is when I see these clouds, when I see these things happening, all of them cannot be changed because planet Earth has its own consciousness. Mother Gaia has her own consciousness within it. But she works in unison with all things as we all work together. Is to gently sort of see these clouds floating back out into sea and dissipating itself. So if you're having this vision of these floods, and many people are, take yourself into a spirit quest, as I call it, And close your eyes and visualize you gently moving your hand and moving the clouds back out into an open field of water and gently pulling it down into the waters. Gently, not abruptly, not forcefully, but gently. Can that help? Absolutely. Everything with intention does make a difference. Will it stop every flooding on the planet? Absolutely not. Because some things it is not for us to stop, but we certainly can make a difference. So I want you to be very, very aware. California was another one of those places that I spent almost about 2 weeks moving the clouds back out to sea. And so these are things that you can begin to do and you can begin to move them. So make note of all of those key places. Make note of your dreams, of your visions, write them down, and don't just sit with them. I think that as us being custodians of the planet, meaning that we live here, so we want to take good care of not only ourselves, but others here, we need to really start getting into more multisensory abilities so that we can begin to do that. I told you guys the story about my grandfather, my mother's father, how they would come get him and he would go out into an open field and he would get on his knees and he would summon the rains for the crops in South Carolina. And many people witnessed him doing it. It is stories written by the news media and everyone that this man could summon the elements to come. Well, nothing has changed but what we are willing to sacrifice to do that. And so I want us all to be about our business and this work. So if you have that nightmare, if you have that, it doesn't mean you will change everything, right? But if you go in with the intention for the greatest good for all, and you begin to move that away, but you have to also think about what are the sacrifices you're going to make in order for this to happen. What are you going to stop doing? Is it allowing negative thinking to get in the way? Is it you sort of holding hurt, resentment against certain people on the planet? What sacrifice are you willing to make? And this is why all of the teachings, I do agree with this, that those who have ascended to a higher level of spirituality, there is a degree of sacrifice that must come with that. And if there is not a degree of sacrifice that comes with that, then there is a lot of disruption that will begin to happen. So let's go on to the next thing. So next, I want to talk about the stress. I want to talk about this because I kept seeing this and I didn't know what it was. And I had this vision. I kept saying, what is this? And as I got closer and dove in deeper, I was able to physically see that this was a stress surge on the planet. This stress surge on the planet. And what's happening is it's causing, you think about the Schumann resonance on the planet. We've had some spikes that we have not seen in thousands of years happen. This is causing cortisol spikes within the physical body. It is sending shock waves to our nervous system. Sleep disruption. If you find that you cannot settle yourself down, you cannot go to sleep, and this is happening. This energy can crack you. It can literally crack you, or it can clear you. And the difference is your practice. That's the difference. It's either going to clear you or it's going to crack you. I don't want anyone to get cracked here. I want you to clear. and not spending so much time. If you find yourself taking more than 5 or 10 minutes going over, if you find yourself going over and over and over and over the same situation, and you're repeating it, and I got to do a ritual, and oh, I'm just going to have to cleanse myself. Oh, I'm going to have to take a bath. You doing this, it's cracking you. It's cracking you. Clearing is easy. Clearing allows it to flow. Clearing is there is a burst and then there is a release. And then it is clear. It is done. It is clear. It is clear. It is done. You don't have to keep waddling over it. And even when it comes up, there is a remembrance that this is clear. So I want us to type again. I clear the field because I want you to use this as your hika, as your word of power, especially during this powerful month here. It is during this time that you can make life changes. Remember that every single one of us is doing the very best that we can with where we are. But in order for you to grow, you have to sacrifice. In order for you to grow, you have to offer up a sacrifice. I'm not talking about your firstborn. I'm not talking about your man. That's not what I'm talking about, unless he needs to go. I'm not talking about your woman. I'm not talking about your money. What do you need to sacrifice in your life? What do you need to release? What do you need to clear? It could be some physical things. It could be things in your home. It could be that job that's making you sick. It could be that relationship that is unhealthy. It could be that thoughts that you are holding in the false matrix of your mind. It could be where you're hanging out. It could be how you're spending your time. What do you need to sacrifice so that you can expand in your consciousness and awareness? Because it will not happen without that. So we will have surges, stress surges that will come. And it will try to crack you. Or it will clear you. I clear the field. I clear the field. So now I want to talk about something else that's pivotal. And I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge all of you who have just come in the room. So I want to welcome everybody on into the live. And I definitely want to welcome our brother King Simon in the building. Give him that special acknowledgement, as well as all of you soul family here. Think of this. Masculine and feminine shifts. Old control softens. This is the time of feminine energy. Feminine energy is rising, and I don't want us to get this confused. This is not about boy versus girl. That's a trick of the mind. This is about the feminine rises. Intuition is rising. Creation is rising. Receptivity of visions is rising. Remember, the healed masculine protects the space. And that's the masculine that's inside of you. You see how I just got that thing out of here? That's the healed masculine in me. Unhealed, I'm going to let you stay. I'm going to let you stay here and wreak havoc. Why? This is a protected space. I don't care if it is on the internet. It's protected. So I want you to think about that. There is a global echo that is happening. Floods, fire, unrest, institutional strains. These are all reflections of the internal clearing. So what I don't want you to do, don't spiral, don't crash out. Clear your own field first. That's the key. That's what you got to clear first. Clear your own field first. Now, many of you know that I launch the All About Frequency 369 show, which you can kind of say this is its temporary home for now, or at least one of its spaces here. So I'm going to give you this code that we all know, like the Tesla code. And this Tesla code, I want you all to really embody this 3, this 6, and this 9. I'm going to give you a daily practice for you to use. This is one of the remembrance of the codes that Tesla brought back to life. We give him credit for discovering this code, but truth is the code was here before he was here, right? But there was a remembrance. And so here is how you can embody it in this portal, because this 999 portal is active right now. It's active right now. And I know you can feel it. If you can feel it, just say, Ms. Blue, I can feel it. Put that in the chat to let me know that you can feel it. So I'm going to give you 3 things to do. We're going to talk about morning, afternoon, and at night of what you can do. And here's the 3. And you can do this as a morning action. Release, because this is what you're going to be doing in the morning. It's working in unison with the 7 suns. You can burn letters. If there is a letter that you need to write, this is a powerful time to get a pen and a piece of paper and write a letter. Write a letter. If you feel you have to release something and maybe you want to have a conversation with someone, but you know you can't have that conversation with that person for whatever the reason may be. Maybe this is not the alignment. Maybe, it's just too volatile right now, but there are some things that you need to release during this portal. Do not miss the portal because of that. Or maybe the person is no longer in the physical anymore. Or you have no way to contact the person, or nor you choose to, but you still have some things that you are holding deep within yourself. I want you to write a letter, and then I want you to burn the letter. And I want you to do that in the morning hours when the sun has already risen and it's bright and it's shining. Burn the letter of what you are releasing. And then I want you to cleanse your space. Cleanse your space. This is the time to take very care and cleanse your space and just go through and see where you can offer up that cleansing of your space. In the morning, this is the perfect time to move your body, like physically move your body. Move your body. And then make sure that what you're taking in, those thoughts and things that you are reflecting on, that you are releasing, you are doing that when you are moving your body in a high vibrational way. You don't have to face the sun. You don't. You do not have to face the sun because the sun is present. There is a sun living inside of you. Now, if you want to make it more symbolic and you want to tie this ritual into something so you don't sort of kind of go back on it and that assists you, then certainly face the sun. It's always good to look at the sun. You should be allowing your eyes in the morning. The first thing you do is to get up and open your blinds and let the sunlight hit your eyes. It will send a signal all the way through your nervous system, as well as it will help you with waking up all of your organs, i.e., your energy centers in your body. So it's good for you. I'm not against it, but it's not required. The other thing, afternoon action. This is 6. This is your gratitude list. And I want you to sit with it. Set your timer for 60 seconds on your clock and write a gratitude list. You don't want to put too much time because then the false matrix, the mind gets in the way. You just want to put 60 seconds on the timer, sit down and write your gratitude list. Gratitude list. Gratitude list. I'm going to go back over it in a minute, you guys. So you're going to write a gratitude list. You can meditate. You can do one loving or strategic action. One loving or one strategic action. That's in a high vibration. This is during the afternoon. And then 9. This is going to be in alignment with the frequency that happens at night. And this is about non-action. This is where you surrender, right? You can do some candle magic and surrender and put the candle in front of you and light your candle and then sit the candle there. Visualize these thoughts that you are releasing going into the candle. You can take yourself into a position of praying. And I'm not talking about praying for asking for something, but in the reverence of being present, fully present. You can give yourself no screen time, like no electronics, no strolling through the gram, no TikToking, no YouTubing. Just give yourself no screen time. Or you can absolutely do nothing and just allow. And just allow. And just allow. Somebody is asking, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Dr. Lakeith said, are you okay? So listen. These are just examples of how you can embody this frequency in this portal. We're going to have the portal for the whole month. So you can do different things on different days, however that works for you. So the morning action, this is all about what are you releasing? You can burn a letter. You can cleanse your space. You can move your body. You can do all 3 if you want. This 6 vibration is an afternoon action. This is all about how can you align? Can you align yourself? Gratitude list. You can meditate. You can do a loving, kind act, something you've thought about, and maybe do something loving for someone in your family, a child or a friend or somebody. You can just do something kind and loving. Right? When you're writing that gratitude list, set your timer for 60 seconds and put it on your list. And then when we get to 9, because we're talking about 369, this is about how can I surrender? You can sit in silence. You can pray. You can have no screen time. You can do nothing. You can just allow. Surrender. Have that surrender. 3 actions, 6 days, 9 nights. Listen, this is where you take sacred rhythm and it replaces the chaos. Because no, it will be there. So now we're going to walk through this corridor here, walk through this portal. I gave you guys the dates, but I'm going to give you some more details. Okay? And I'm just going to, do I want to give you all these notes? Yeah, I'll give you these notes. Here we go. September the 7th. I want you to highlight and circle this day. For this whole entire month, I also want you to be very present, especially when you're in crowds, when you're in large groups. I'm just telling you guys, just be present. This is not about fear, but I want you to be very present. Trust yourself, not out of fear, but out of awareness of things that is going on, especially where there's large groups of people that is gathered. I just keep seeing sort of explosions happening. And I can't really fine tune where it's happening. If it looks like some sort of chemicals around that cause this. One place looks like it might have been some sort of abandoned building, or I don't know. So I want to tell you this. So I want you to understand. These are just these downloads that I've been receiving. But on September the 7th, the gate opens. The gate opens. This is when the portal really opens for us. It opens for the whole world here, right? This would be a great time to start. You can start with writing a letter. The tone of attunement said, I sneeze when you said chemicals. Yeah, I feel like it's, if I get a clear vision of it, I will show you. I like the fact that it's not clear, because this means that so much can change, which is perfect for me, right? But if you're releasing and you have something powerful you want to let go of and you want to release, September the 7th is the day to do it. That's the day. And what you want to do is you want to write a letter and tear it into 9 pieces, whatever you're releasing from yourself. So I'm giving you guys some of my oracle notes here as well. And I want to give this to you. The next date I want you to focus on is September the 9th, because we are coming into the double 9, which actually is a triple 9 day on September the 9th. So we're in September the 9th month. We're on September the 9th day, and we are in a 9 universal year. So this is a triple 9 year. A 9 vibration, excuse me. And so I want you to remember what this energy stands for. And so this is one of the high peaks. The Schumann resonance is going to be off the Richter scale on the planet on this day, right? It's going to be one of the floodgates of where a wave of people of Kundalini energy is going to come into our atmosphere. And so many people are going to be hit with this wave of consciousness for some to awaken on the planet. Remember, this is the energy of sacred sacrifice. And what you're going to do on the 7th, you'll burn, and you all can do this with me because this is what I'm doing, but I'm going to give you these notes. So you can write what you need to release on the 7th. You're going to tear it into 9 pieces. On September the 9th, you're going to burn what you release. Then you're going to burn it. Okay? And then you're going to be of service. You're going to do an act of service that day. On September the 9th, you're going to follow by some act of service on that day. Don't worry. If all goes well, if all goes in its highest good, I will be live on September the 9th because that is my act of service. And then when you sleep, you're going to have a silent night. And you're just going to sit in silence for 9 minutes before you go to sleep. Just complete silence. I don't know what time I'm going to go live. It probably will be earlier that day. Yeah. So next date I want you to pay attention to is September the 13th. September the 13th. This day, I want you to look at September the 13th. 2 areas I want you to pay attention to. Money and matter. I want you to look at your finances. Look at your finances. Look at your finances. Yeah. So this would be a great day to move some money around. So if you have money, let's say in your checking account, move some money to your savings account or move some money in different areas. Move your money around. You're going to look at your finances on this date. You're going to face your finances, where you're at with it. Look at where money is coming in, where money is leaving. I want you to focus on your income, how finances in the form of money, how does that come to you? And what are you doing? Where does that money go? Like track it. Track it down to like the penny. Just spend that day tracking it to see how you're spending your blessings, your money, your finances, whatever you want to call it. How are you working with that? Do you have an understanding of what is coming in and what is going out? Look at it. Yeah, look at it. I'm giving y'all my notes. You don't have to do this part. This is just Ms. Blue's notes. So, but if you up for the challenge, if you up for the challenge, you up for the challenge. This is just what I'm going to be doing on this day. This is what I'm going to be doing. Okay. All right. So we're going to continue here. Okay. Hold on one second. And then on September the 14th, okay, September the 14th, This is all about relationships. And this is looking at all of your relationships you have in your life. And I want you to think of this as a reset. Who tells folks to move money around? Ms.Blue. Ms.Blue. Well, I mean, if it's not for you, it's not for you. This is not a ritual. First of all, this is not a ritual. This is what I'm going to be doing. So I tell people that if they choose to do it, I don't tell anyone what to do. This is what them. Yeah, I think we need to do that. I think we can do that. You know what it is? It's so many people that want to keep us stuck in so much outdated and old antiquated dogma, you know, that when there is a space for people to really be empowered and have freedom, they want you to not speak about money, but they want your money. They don't want you to say nothing about money, but that's what they want you to give them is their money. Clock it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I love the cute tennis shoes, new diamond. That's cute. I don't know what that is, if it's a pair of Nikes or not, but it's some cute shoes there. So anyway, I'm not bothered. We're not bothered by it. It just means we're doing something right. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. 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 And I'm gonna go back over that because I'm gonna go back over that over the money part because I personally feel that is so important and we don't talk about it enough within these forums. I mean, oh, Sheila coming in with the fire. Listen, I don't think we talk about it enough. But anyway, let me stay focused. September the 14th, relationship reset, clear one bond through doing one or two things. Through truth, I'm going to give you the three things. You're going to clear a relationship bond by resetting a relationship, either by offering one truth, a truth. I'm not going to say one because some of y'all got a lot of truths y'all need to give up, but by offering truth, an apology, or a renewal. So September the 14th is a great vibrational day to reset relationships. Reset relationships. So, you know, if you've been moving through some rough patches with your boo thing, if you've been booed up and then you've been screwed up and now you boot up again, you know, September the 14th is a great time to renew the agreement, you know, and to clear one bond, to clear it, to clear the energy, to reset it through truth, through apologizing, and through renewal of an agreement that you have made. It could be a friendship. It could be a relationship. It could be with a sibling. It can be with a parent. It can, you know, you want to do that. This looked like a bonnet. You said, I love how we got our bonnets on tonight and the stars in the background. I guess this could be a bonnet, but I'm really rocking this headscarf that actually came from Dubai. So, but if it's given bonnet, I take that too, because guess what? That was going to be my next choice. I was going to throw a bonnet on. But yeah, so I want you all to work on September the 14th, because this is about relationship reset, and it's powerful energy that is here. So now let's go to September the 18th, because on September the 18th, we're still back in that 999 vibration again. Okay. We have September 9, and then we have 1 plus 8, which is 9, and then the universal year of 9. And this is going to be the next wave. Remember, I told you when the first wave came through, this strong Kundalini energy, this strong Schumann resonance, this strong peak of consciousness. You understand, this strong peak of consciousness. This is feminine rising. And so on September the 18th, what you want to do is water rituals. This would be a great time for a magical spiritual bath. This would be a great time for anything in the water to do a ritual and create something that's around 27 minutes. And then what you want to do is you want to get a little bit of the water. You can put it in the cup. Good. Put it in a cup. And then I want you to offer it and surrender it to earth. Another thing that you can do is you can actually you can make you some rainbow water. And many of you may remember for many years, I showed this technique that we would do when I would be teaching my feng shui shows. If you happen to have some rainwater, it would be beautiful. But if you don't have rainwater, no worries. I want you to take your shower, do what you normally would do. And then you're going to get you a bowl where you can put your feet in the water, where you can put your feet in the water. And you can put some essential oils in there if you want. It's not required. You can also drop a couple of roses in there. I think it would be beautiful. Make sure you smell the roses before you put them in there, because that will help to center and to ground you. And as you're putting your feet in this water, because the bottom of your feet is called the soles of your feet. And it's called that for a reason, because this is actually where the root chakra sort of brings energy into the physical body. It comes in through, that's the base of the root chakra. It's not actually where, this is where I see it, and this is where I teach it's from. So from the soles of your feet, what you're going to do is you're going to just sit, and you sit like this with your feet in the basin. And I want you to visualize yourself pulling energy from the center of the earth up into your physical body. And then as you're pulling this energy up into your physical body, I want you to sit, and this is so magical for anyone who's ever done it. And then I want you to think about everything you're releasing from yourself and release it in the water. And what you're going to find, I like to use my water and have my water clear, because I don't put essential oils in there, because it'll play with your mind a little bit and you'll wonder, is the essential oil causing the water to turn? But you're going to see that water starts to get cloudy. It's going to be cloudy. The water is going to turn cloudy. That's why you want to clean them feet before you get it in the water. You're going to clean them feet. Don't put no lotion and nothing on them. Just make sure they're clean. And then you're going to put it in there. And then after you sit there, and you begin to start pulling energy in from the center of earth. And, if you're going to put on some music, make sure it's jazz or make sure it's classical music. You want something with a high frequency and not with any words, because you don't want it to influence you in any kind of way. And you will see that the water is going to go from cloudy to clear. When the water has gone or gotten clearer, as you continuously pull the energy in, even if it's cloudy, because I don't want anybody emailing me telling me you couldn't get it clear, but even if it's cloudy, you know that you have released, and that's the most important thing. But I want you to pull that energy up in, and as you pull that energy in and the water becomes clear, I want you to go outside and find a tree, a patch of grass, for those who live in the concrete jungles out here in the world, or plants outside. And I want you to offer it up, surrender it to Mother Earth so that energy can be recycled, because this is you giving rise to your feminine energy, which is your intuition, telepathic abilities, your multisensory abilities. And this is something that you can do. And yes, Alice Coltrane is always a great selection. Love her down. Love that sister. She's amazing. And then the other thing that you can do, thank you for that, Kelly B, is if you have H2O elevation, spiritual expansion, one of my digital magic, you can do that for the day. And that is a powerful way to bring in September the 18th, the feminine rising, the water ritual. And that's in my digital download store. I think it's still available. Someone will have to check for me and make sure it's still available. If it's not, I'm going to open it back up for this month, because this water element is going to be so big. Now, September the 20th. This is where you seal your boundaries. And I want you to write 3 daily boundaries for the next 9 days. You're going to write 3 daily boundaries for the next 9 days. Let me tell you why that's important. And first, let me clarify, when I say boundaries, Ms. Blue, what do I mean when I say set 3 boundaries for the next 9 days? Remember, boundaries are not about other people. Boundaries are about you. And you have to set your boundaries at the beginning of your day. They don't work when you're in the midst of what's going on. You have to do this in the beginning of your day. One of my guides taught me this. So what you got to do is, say, for instance, when you go to work, it's always that one person that always likes to push your buttons, to say something to the left, do something to the right. And it always gets you, and you always feel bad afterwards because you say, I'm not going to pay them any attention. So here's your boundary. The boundary you would set for that day is that I'm going to go to work, and no matter what happens, I'm going to check in with me, and I'm not going to be influenced what happens outside of my field, period. That's your boundary. You set it. You don't put a boundary on the other person. Oh, I'm not going to go over there and talk to Shirley while I'm at work. No. The boundary isn't for Shirley. The boundary is for you. When you're the one who knows, you're the one responsible. So whatever that boundary is, I'm not going to let myself fall into negative thinking about me again, about what I could have did, should have did, would have did, or was supposed to do. I'm going to take action immediately when I realize I've made a choice or decision that is no longer in alignment of me. That's going to even stop you from making a bad choice or decision that's not in alignment with you. So you have to set your boundary first. And so on September the 20th, you're going to write 3 daily boundaries, and you're going to follow those 3 daily boundaries for the next 9 days. All right. So let's go to September the 21st, because this is the culmination. Right here, we is eclipsing at this point. This is the threshold cleanse. This is the threshold cleanse. So what you're going to do here is you're going to write a blessing letter to your future self. You're going to write the most epic, loving, and powerful letter to your future self on September the 21st. That's what you're going to do. You're going to write this letter, It's going to be a letter of blessings. Yes. Do you remember when it was cold in September? It was the 21st of September. I know that day. That is Baby Blue's birthday. It is known as the Day of the Goddesses. Clock it. All right. So this is what you're going to write on this day. It is a letter, the blessing letter to your future self on September the 21st, on the equinox. This is the culmination. Okay, so now we get to September the 27th. This is the final wave of this Kundalini energy downloads coming. Remember, it will either crack you or it will either clear you. So listen, this is the seal. You're going to do some crown breathing where you sit and you focus and you're going to visualize breathing in and breathing out through your crown. You're also going to pick a project. You're going to pick something you're working on and you're going to close it out. You're going to close it. It's going to be done. You're going to finish it. You're going to close it out. You're going to let it go. You're going to let it go. You're going to close one project. You're going to close it out. And that is the day you will declare, I walk in clean fields. I walk in clean fields. Oh, Sheila, your daughter's birthday is on 9/27. Beautiful. So if you all are committing to do this work, additional work with me, this is what I want you to do. I want you to say on September the 27th, you will declare that I walk in clean fields. Your field is clean. It's clean. So that's what I want you to have. I want you to have that. I want you to write that down and I want you to have that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm getting ready to drop this channel on you guys. Futuristic Activation Group, listen up because you guys normally get the weekly rundown. I'm going to be giving you something special, but in addition to, I'm going to give you guys just a taste. I'm going to give you a little bit of taste of this. I'm going to be going through all zodiac signs. I'm going to be giving this to you like I'm spitting fire. So you need to listen. You can even listen for your rising sign first. Second, I want you to listen for your rising sign because this is how you show up. This is your avatar. This is you sort of in this place we call life. This is you living and playing the game of life, coming through in real life. This is your avatar. This is how you animate your spiritual essence of who you are through your avatar in this physical light. And then I want you to listen for your moon sign. Your moon sign also represents your home, like your physical space, your home. It also is connected, of course, with mother energy. It also tells about the inner landscape of your mood, of how your mood moves through you, through your moon sign. Your moon sign also gives you indication of the atmosphere, both highs and lows of what your mother was experiencing when she was carrying you in utero, when she had you in that belly. That gives you that. And then, of course, your sun sign. That sun sign is symbolic of how you channel the essence of your soul into this reality. It also speaks to the energy of where we hold our discipline, or how disciplined we are, or how undisciplined we can be at time. It represents sort of the masculine energy. It is how and why we take action. It is the cause that is happening behind the scenes for why we're showing up, how we're showing up. It's where we get our energy, our vitality from. It is speaking to where we channel knowledge and information that is coming through. This is the sun sign, the father energy, right? It's how we navigate ourselves in this dimension that is space and time, and how we also transcend it to tap into our soul essence, which is out of space and time, the sun sign. So you can listen to all three, or you can just listen to your rising sign. So here we go. I'm going to move through these pretty quickly. And I'm going to start with Aries, sun, moon, and rising. And I'm going to be dropping on you 3 words. And this is all about the energy as we're going through these powerful portals that are here through this eclipse season. Here are some of the things I want you to take away. These are the lessons that I don't want to say lessons. These are the activations you can take away from this particular time. I do want to talk about blind spots, because I'm going to give you that. And remember, a blind spot is what you're spiritually not seeing. It's what you have no consciousness of, or you're subconsciously doing. Sometimes that self-undoing action we're doing to ourselves that we have no clue that it is taking place within our lives. And so with Aries, here are your top 3 that will carry you through this season, so you can come out and your field can be clear, and you can expand and grow and do all the amazing, wonderful things of what's next. It's going to require discipline. It's going to require growth from you and leadership. These are the 3 things that you need to bring front and center. I want to talk about your spiritual blind spot. You have to stop fighting, Aries, dead battles. Please stop fighting dead battles. True power is calm structure, and you need to know that. And so next, I want to talk about Taurus. Taurus, here are the 3 things for you to carry with you, and that is patience. Please carry patience, love, and building, because you will be building during this time, but patience and love is needed. And here is your blind spot, Taurus, and that is comfort isn't love. Rebuilding or release. That's it. Comfort isn't love. Rebuild or either release, because you can't keep standing in the middle. I know Moni was in the middle for a long time, but you can't stay in the middle. It will destroy you, Taurus. So comfort isn't love. You either rebuild or you release. Let's go to Gemini. Gemini, 3 things to carry with you during this powerful eclipse season. Focus, Gemini. Truth. If you don't bring truth with you, Gemini, all things fall down. So bring truth with you and connection, real soul to soul connection that is there with you. That is going to be a power move for you, Gemini. And so now let's talk about your spiritual blind spot. Scattered no more. You have to anchor one truth. If there's something you must hold on to, you have to anchor that one truth. You cannot stay scattered, and you've been scattered for quite a while here, Gemini. And now it's time for you to anchor one truth. All you need is one truth that you know about yourself. And when you anchor, clock it, you rise. Let's go to Cancer. Cancer. Cancer, healing, family, and work. Riri could not have said it best. Work, this is it. And Cancer, please stop smothering. This is your spiritual blind spot. Please stop smothering the world. You need to heal your root. You need to heal your root. And when I say root, I mean your roots. This is what is required for you. This is your blind spot. Stop smothering the world's cancer and heal your roots. And the lineage will clear. It will clear your entire lineage cancer, and you will soar. Let's go to Leo. Leo. Let's go to Leo. Humility. And I'm going to talk about that service and light, all the things that you're known for, except for the humility. You have to have the humility in what you're doing, Leo. It is so needed at this time. Your blind spot, your absolute positively blind spot, Leo. Your crown is your service. Your crown. That's your service. Recognition, that is your shadow during this time. And if you can understand that, if you can feel that, if you can heal that, if you can really move in that, Leo, oh my goodness, your roar will open up kingdoms. Let's go to Virgo. Here we go. Effort, refinement, and love is what's being called for at this particular time. You're going to have to put in a little bit more effort. And Virgos, we know you ain't scared of the work. You ain't scared of the service, but you have to put in effort. Give a little bit more. And then I need you to refine, not perfection, refine what you're doing. When you refine something, notice that word fine, Virgo, is in refine. We know you fine, but now we need you to refine it. We need you to make it even more beautiful. And that is even seeing it in the flaws. You have to carry your love. Your love has to be brought all through this. This is going to be a power move. And now we're going to talk about your spiritual blind spot, Virgo. Your spiritual blind spot is perfection will be pure poison for your physical body. Please stay out of perfection, Virgo. It is poison. And consistency, is the sacrifices. But please, poison is perfection. Consistency is sacrifice. Let's go on. Libra. Balance and teamwork and harmony. Listen up, Libra. You gotta know this. Libra, you cannot do it alone. You must bring teamwork into the picture. You must have balance in all sectors of your life, and find the harmony. This is going to carry you through and bring you to the other side, even rising higher than you are right now. Let's talk about your spiritual blind spots. Peace without truth is false. Libra, I need you to hear me, because if you can grasp this, you are on your way. Peace without truth is false. You must speak. You must risk. You got to take some risk, Libra, and you have to rebuild. You are in a rebuilding season. And if you don't understand that and you try to keep the peace without truth, it is false and it will not last. It will come down like a crumbling house. Scorpio, transformation. Oh my goodness. Trust and work. Let's talk about it. You're no stranger to transformation, Scorpio. Trust is a big thing for you. Work, you're no stranger, but you must trust. You must have the trust, not just in yourself, but you must allow the trust to open up to others that are around you, or it will come down like the phoenix burning through the woods. And you must do your work. That is your internal work, not your external work. You must do your work. And so your blind spot, Scorpio, your blind spot is that control will become a coffin for you. Control will lock you away in a sealed coffin. All right. You must trust resurrection, and you must trust that you can resurrect your power, and you will resurrect your power by trust. Sagittarius, the Sag. Discipline, vision, and truth. These are 3 key points, Sagittarius, that you must bring with you. It's going to require you to have discipline, Sagittarius. You may feel like your work life is pulling you in one direction, and your personal and your family life and responsibility is pulling you in another direction. You have a vision for where you want to go, and you must bring the discipline in. You must bring that discipline in for your work life, and also that discipline in for your family life as well too, and other responsibilities. Have that vision. I see Sagittarius, you may be moving, you may have been called to move, you may get an opportunity that comes out of the blue to move, but you must move in truth. If you do not move in truth, it will not work for you. It will not work for you. Let's talk about your blind spot, Sagittarius. Freedom is built, not borrowed. You can't borrow freedom, Sagittarius. You can't run to freedom, Sagittarius. You cannot work yourself into freedom, Sagittarius. You must build freedom, not borrow it just when you feel you need it. Discipline, vision, and truth, Sagittarius, you bring this with you, and you will build beautiful houses. You will build beautiful mansions, and you will have the freedom you need to have your visions come to life with truth. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. Responsibility, team, and growth. These are going to be the anchors that you need to hold on to. You're going to be called on during this time for more responsibility. And I know you don't want it, but listen, it is here for you. Know what you are truly responsible for. You must have a team. You cannot do it alone. It is not time for you to go forward on your own. You need the team. The team will help you grow. That growth you're looking for, Capricorn. You cannot get there by yourself. You cannot make it happen by yourself. You absolutely must have a team that comes along and learn how to delegate responsibility to get the growth. And I want to talk about your spiritual blind spots, Capricorn. That is, carrying it all is bondage. You want to carry it all to get the credit, to say that you were the one who broke through, but this will be your bondage. It will enslave you. It will hold you back. It will take you back 9 years. Don't do it. You must share the load in order for you to scale and to grow. And to grow, Capricorn. If you do this, if you learn that responsibility is within your scope and release what is not, if you build the team and allow it to be and help others to grow, then you will be able to share the load and to scale. Aquarius, connection, innovation, and work. Connection, innovation, and work. So important, Aquarius. You must have true, authentic connection, not surface level connection, true connection, innovation. Innovation has always been a part of what you do, but now you must let it come into your daily life. You must take care of your health, Aquarius. It is so important for you because you hold the frequency, and whenever these waves come in up and down, your body is taking a hit. So innovation must show up not just in your work, but also in your body. And then you must work. This is your time to work, but this is real soul work on your body, not just external work, just to be working. That work is there. And your blind spot, Aquarius, your blind spot. A vision without people is vapor. You know, there used to be a song back in the day that was about the vapors, and vision without people is vapor. You must ground it together, but it must stand only in truth, and you must do your work. Aquarius, it is so needed. You are the forerunners of this new light era, the golden age that we have stepped into. Pisces. Boundaries, love, and practice is here for you. Boundaries are here for you. You must have your boundaries in place for yourself. You must have love. I'm talking about true, authentic love for yourself. You must have that love, and you must get into your practice. That practice needs to be in place, and you have to have boundaries. You cannot allow yourself to just step into any arena and be willing to do and say and get anything at any cost. It will not pan out for you. Love is here for you. As one love leaves, another love may step in, but you must have a practice that is grounded in truth and authenticity for that to flourish. Your blind spot, Pisces, that you cannot see spiritually is that sacrifice is not love. Protect your waters. Sacrifice is not love. Protect your waters. And there you go. This is what we need that will carry us through. This is what you need that will carry us through. So, soul family, here's what I want you to hear. Know that 999. This is not a faded wish machine. It's a clearinghouse. This frequency, this vibration is a clearinghouse. So between September the 7th and the 21st, what you release is sealed as complete. It is signed and sealed. And on 9/9 and 9/18 and 9/27, the vibration, the frequency triples. So I want you to do the work, the 369 act. To act, allow, and allow. Don't renew expired agreements. Make sure you are patient, clever, and aware of yourself enough that you do not get tricked into renewing expired agreements. Don't sacrifice your sovereignty for a dead story. Endings are not punishment. They are sacred sacrifices. And those sacrifices is what expands you into your multisensory ability as a sovereign being. The fields are clearing, and I know you all can feel that. The soil is holy. You are stepping into holy grounds. Allow your mind to become the holy ground. And when it's empty, Spirit itself will plant what no man, what no woman can steal. And remember always, intuition, truth, and love are the real frequency. I am Ms.Blue, the Soulful Oracle. I love you all so much. I want you all to Leave a comment down below. Let me know your takeaways from here. Also, let me know how the frequencies of the zodiac sign resonated with you. And I will see you all real soon. Wishing all of us the highest vibration and vibes in this season of eclipse season and all of these cosmic waves that we will be going through. I love you all so much. Peace and love. Ciao. Peace and love, soul family. Peace and love. Ciao.
Tapped in, tuned in, turned all the way on. This ain't just a vibe, it's a freak scene bomb. Ms.Blue in the building, oracle flow, cracking codes of the cosmos. Now you already know. Yeah. Ride the wave.